What's up? Hey, how are you? So yeah, Beyond Skyrim just put out a new overhead map, so I can go into any areas of interest on the Iliac Bay side. I don't know much of the other projects personally. I'll just kind of be hanging out. Salam. Good, good. It's been a nice chill Christmas day. Here you go. Skyrim. Thank you. Can I just continue from the last thing that I was doing? I was testing stuff with a slightly higher level character. Oh, that was the stuff with the shovel mod that I was doing. That's still that. Level 1, level 1. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Oh, hey. Cool. Good to meet you. Esrinet has done, or Esroniet, has done some really cool work. Immediate crash to desktop. That might just be because I was trying to reload an older save, and I just updated the Iliac Bay build because we did like a hotfix merge for some stuff. So that might just be Skyrim being upset about that. So let's just try COCing in with a new character. This is our like intro loading screen for whenever you first enter into Hammerfell. I want to go in and reduce the size of this map just a little bit. Yeah, Esroni, it's done awesome. Really hope to see them back at next year's ModCon. Because, yeah, we didn't see them in 2025, but their 2024 stuff was really neat. I am confused. Iliac Bay Laud, Fuzzroad Doe, engine fixes. Is something in the other fixes stuff messing something up? Yeah, I'd be happy to have y'all back. So yeah, Jehanna. Let's see if that does anything. Otherwise, I think I still have the older, the non-hotfix one. I might just go back to that. I don't know why it's, Of course, when I start streaming and it starts doing that. Don't crash. Was it the survival pop-up that was crashing you? Because I think it started to crash just as, like, around when the survival pop-up would have happened. So that's interesting. That's weird. Yeah, now it seems like it's fine. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there is some level design stuff going on. We've got some, like, this, temporary, or this first pass of, like, the layout of Shornhelm, and stuff that you might see from Three Kingdoms. Like, everything around this bay is all stuff that you might see in Three Kingdoms. Because it's gonna end, like, here. In fact, let's go ahead and... There you go, there's all the map. Oh, right. Raven Springs here, so, like, down here, actually. It shouldn't include Mark Treba. I think it should include the Raven Tree over there. Unsure. Something like that. Hell yeah. No, it worked out, because 2025 was, like, a lot of the bigger projects. Like, we got Skyblivion in there, and, Lordbound, and a lot of stuff. So then, you know, 2026 we can do a bit more focus on some of the smaller projects, which is a nice, like, TikTok sort of thing. How many kingdoms will Three Kingdoms feature? Ideally 3. I guess it depends on how you consider the Western Reach in that area. Because it's, like, not really a kingdom of its own right. Skyblivion did get pushed to 2026, yeah. Which, honestly, I had kind of expected, and I think a lot of people, like, around the team had kind of expected. It was a lot of work to get done in a relatively short amount of time, and I think 2020, I think it's like March 2026 is the 20-year anniversary of Oblivion, so if I was them, that would have been my initial release date, because that just works so nicely. So I think that would be just about perfect. But yeah, we've done a bit more level design around here, and stuff around what we're now calling the Bay of Wraiths, this right here. So Sea of Ghosts, Bay of Wraiths, whatever. Konata Tomb. I think one of these does have an interior. I think it's this one. I think it's Rain's Hollow. The Bay of Wraiths. Like, here, wait, I can type it out in the title over there. Bay of Wraiths. Bay of Wraiths. Like the type of ghosts. And yes, new map from Beyond Skyrim. You can go and check out on our Discord to get the link to the... This is the full-size image that we have, which is why it's a little laggy. But you can see I can zoom in pretty far and it's still fairly clear as an image. So you can get some good detail. Of course, that's the Imperial Isle that I don't have loaded up right now. I have access to Heartlands, but I don't have it loaded up currently. And Stirk. And Strohs. Yeah. Riva. Oh, that's right. We need to. There's a couple of things we need to look at names for. Because I think Obsidian Scar is also like something from ESO, but I don't know the ESO story behind it. I would like to because the name is cool. I think the next area would be, like Dragonstar Evermore is what people were talking about. So like we would do 3 kingdoms and then this area down here. So this bit of Dragonstar and then this area of Evermore, and maybe also include like the Crypt of Hearts in this area over here, the Black Wastes. We should take a look at the map markers there. Those are a little close together. Munster, and then I guess the Crypt of Hearts is up there. I would like to have some ruins nearby to be like the that would be mostly just be Iliac Bay, right? Yo, I'm mostly High Rock. If it's Dragonstar Evermore, that's 1 city in Hammerfell, 1 city in High Rock. It's just they are kind of on the same longitude as each other. So like the Hammerfell border is like here, yeah. And then also it would be Azra's Crossing, so the other border would be right over here. New Garfield movie sucks. Hey. I wonder how we would want to do that. Because, like, this doesn't really have a border crossing in it in the same way that a lot of the other areas do between Hammerfell and High Rock. I mean, maybe Broken Wing Citadel would be like an Imperial. Maybe Imperials have taken over Broken Wing? I don't know. We'll have to look at that. Sure, I'll take a visit to... I was just at Jehanna, but I'll go around to those areas. Right now this is the early Black Wastes, which is why all the trees are dead. And yeah, this area is a little... just the very earliest drop down stuff. See what works. And the giant skulls over there of the Crypt of Hearts. I don't know if don't think those will end up being final, but we'll figure that out. Once we release something, I want to make like a Wild Wasteland patch that adds all the jokes back in. We've also had there's a random encounter that we've already implemented that's just like a bunch of jokes. Give me the volume mixer. Because sometimes Windows is weird. Yeah, and it doesn't bring Skyrim all the way up for some reason. Jehanna hasn't changed all that much. I think, is this... Oh no, we did get the new model for it. Cool. Okay, yeah. This is just using one of the other fixed models. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. I think we could just stick the door over here and make a little, like, pathway. But this is what we've had blocked out as a possible player home. Do you have an interior? Yes, you do. Nice and cozy. Okay, and you do have an exterior, or you have the linked door. One of the jokes, a billboard of the IRL person in the last CMC showcase. Was the last real life person was either me or my partner. I think we're the only two. But I'll put her in there. That's fun. John and Faren be as much to do as Skyrim cities. Probably, maybe. They're at least planned to be slightly larger than most Skyrim cities. I believe Faren is a... is it like about the size of Riften? I forget. But, and there is a joinable mini faction, but it's more of our, like, more of our sort of Bard College equivalent with, like, a very short quest line, but that will be sort of split between Faren and the Abecean Isles, mostly Stros. Mostly Stros Mackay. I mean, first we gotta get it done before we can decide if we want to release it. Because, yeah, obviously Jehanna is... like, it's not in a bad state, but it's gonna need a decent amount of NPCs and stuff to really fill this out. And that work just hasn't really started yet. Oh, hey, someone put the Christmas tree back. Merry Christmas. No, actually we have this one where the banners need to be replaced with proper textures is meant to be an abandoned guild hall where, like, the Fighters Guild used to be in Jehanna, but they haven't okay, there's no interior. both because of like dwindling funding coming in from Cyrodiil and um, the Ice Blades, the Order of the Ice Blade Knights in the area, sort of being their competition. The Jehanna's Fighters Guild has disbanded and basically gone defunct at this point. I would love to get new instruments. That would be an animation thing, though, and currently we don't have any animators. But if anyone wants to join up and help us get some new animations. I do need to go in and actually replace the banners with the new banners, though. I have all of them. I just haven't gone in and done the replacement. And I have some new pirate flags, actually, that look really quite good. Maybe I'll do that on this stream. Not a whole lot for Kespar and Hearn, to be honest. It's like implementing voice acting. All of the implementation that I wanted to get in there is at least first. It is at least in, barring bug fixing, because there is some bug fixing left to do. The last stream I realized that the pirate captains don't seem to get any of their armor for some reason. Like, I gave them leveled lists, but they all show up naked, and I don't know why. So, stuff like that. Yeah, and that goes down to the bottom here. I could jump. I don't think... Can you make it? I mean, I wish that would be awesome. Alright, let's see if this is survivable. Yeah, there's already been some QA testing for Abecean Isles. Ooh! Okay. Yeah, if you're on any of the Beyond Skyrim teams, we've done like internal QA testing. And in fact, Thingy has been talking about getting together with me and doing the whole like main quest arcs and just making sure that all of those work correctly, which they should. I'm pretty sure they do. I implemented all of them, so like I did my own testing when I was doing them. But whether that transfers over, sometimes it's weird, especially when you do the merges. Merges can really screw with especially scripts. Like, I did scripts for memory gems, and then in the last stream I realized, oh, they just... like, they kind of work, but they decided not to spawn the actors that I wanted them to, and I don't know why. And that happened, like, they're exactly the same. It's just between it being a plugin and it being merged with the ESM. So this is a bit of Faren. I've showed this off on the community server fairly recently, but I'll go ahead and just set AV speed mult 500. This does not feel like 500. There you go. Oh, some of the... There it goes. Some Faren for you. Which you can see this layout on the, on here. There's Shornhelm. There's Faren. I'm just over here somewhere. Yeah, 100% port hunting. Which actually, I can go back to... Faren is, I think, 26 interiors? So, like... Yeah, I think it's Faren is roughly equivalent to, like, Riften. And then Port Hunding, which is right here, is going to be, I believe, 15 or 16 interiors. So roughly like 30-something NPCs. Clutter, we're going to want to do a couple of other things for that we don't have yet. Like higher class clothing and stuff like that. So that's going to come down the pipeline. Port Hunding is, I mean, it was featured in Elder Scrolls Online, but our version takes inspiration mostly from Elder Scrolls Redguard, which had the whole island of Stros M'Kai. And in that game it was called the town of Stros M'Kai, and then ESO renamed it to Port Hunding. So we're keeping Port Hunding because it's just nicer than having Stros M'Kai, the town of Stros M'Kai on the island of Stros M'Kai. But otherwise we are mostly taking it from Redguard. Here you go. I did the observatory. Oh, right. I wanted to get pictures of these for, shit, I was talking to, Elder King's people and totally forgot to get them pictures of, these loading screens with the Yoku God depictions that we have. Yeah, like, it's not the worst thing to be Stros M'Kai, Hammerfell, but, like, it's just clearer to have it as Port Hunding, I think. Plus, as a name, it's fine. Like, it makes enough sense. I forget what the... I forget what the console command is for toggling weather. Oh wait, I don't need the console command. I can just F7 weather, Abecean clear. I can lock it even. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah. That's nicer. There you go. Weekly streams? I don't know. I would like to start doing that again, but yeah, it kind of got away from me. Yeah, for the most part, the Dwemer Ruins are reusing Skyrim assets. Some of the main, like, wall pieces and stuff are retextured. Um, so, yeah, like it looks slightly different, and we have a different what is it, image space for them. So I think they feel quite different, even if they're not like really using all that different of assets. Here, I can go to one. Let's go to Urkenzel, because it's personally my favorite of the two. If Elder Scrolls 6 is set in Hammerfell, what would you want the story to be? Not the story that we have penned out. That would be great. Oh hey, it's the Red Guard cook. Did I? Oh yeah, I gotta get her leveled lists sorted out as well so that she carries actual food. But I mean, I don't know. I would just hope that it doesn't have a whole lot of relation to the story that we have penned out for Hammerfell, because I like it a lot, and I think it works better for this point in history anyway. Yeah, we're kind of also stealing some ideas from like older concepts of what some of the game's plot lines might be. It's kind of a neat mashup that I like a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some similarity. But you know, if it ends up being the exact same antagonist and everything, I would be like, ah, shit. But no, our antagonist is not like the Aldmeri Dominion. We are leaving all of that, like, Second Great War stuff for probably Elder Scrolls 6. If they don't just skip over it entirely. Because given Bethesda's track record, they might just skip over like a Second Great War entirely and just talk about it. Oh, I'm being given treats.
Jazargo is ready for more adventure.
Ooh, that's good. Pear butter. Ooh. Also cat. No, cat. Face camera. Face camera. Hi. Hi, Pat. This is Pat. Hello. Now you can go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just wanted to get over... Let me escape this screen. Let me go over to OBS, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're delving into a bit of older lore and mixing it in with some other ideas, mixing it in with some, like, I will say some inspiration came from, what was it, the, like, one of the original plots for Skyrim before it started focusing on Alduin. Oh boy. I died. Oh yeah, Shadowkey. Shadowkey is gonna be more of a factor in High Rock's main plot that we have sort of. We also have like a fairly vague idea in terms of like we know what the main antagonist is. We know what we know like basically what we want you to do in broad strokes, but in terms of like this quest is going to lead into this quest, the exact order of events, not quite yet. And yeah, the emperor that went to Akavir, so we have some inspiration from that, but obviously not using dragons. Shadowkey's cool. I've played Shadowkey on the stream before, like not the full game, but bits and pieces. I like it. Like it's okay. I did enable God mode, but you can see we have new spiders that use air spells instead of the lightning spells. Because we had access to the air spells. And I set up their different spells, and I set up the ambush variants. Dwarven metal ingot. Hello. I forgot how tanky at low levels the Dwarven enemies are. These guys absolutely would have rocked my shit if I didn't have God mode on. But that's good. These can be like slightly higher level dungeons. That's, you know. It's part of it. But yeah, you can see that these, you know, they've got this more green tint to them. They're a little more like underwatery.
Assault, theft, and lollygagging.
And the other one's pretty similar. Oh. Another Dwarven spider. Let me show off one of the spheres. I think one of the spheres pops out at you over here somewhere? Excuse me. No, is it not here? I thought they did. Oh, here they are. Yeah. So here's one of the new spheres that we have. Lack of faces seems to be our, you know, our thing with Hammerfell Dwemer. They don't have the same faces that Skyrim Dwemer do. They've got these big crests and stuff instead. Oh god, they're so tanky. I don't care. Yeah, them being mixed in with some Yokuden ruins would be neat. I haven't seen someone try that yet. I imagine because these Dwemer dungeons were made a decent bit before the Yoku Ruin tile set was finished. But oh yeah, did they ever finish this like puzzle area? I hope so. I like this like crane arm that they have going on. It's neat. I don't think we'll have Falmer in general. Maybe some of them that are like in High Rock along the border with Skyrim, because that would make sense. But like in Hammerfell, I don't think we're going to have much Falmer, if any. Let's go somewhere else. In the Abecean Isles as a whole, I know there's 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I can count them. That's not really a dungeon, that's more of a POI. So like 1, 2, 3. This actually has like, it's like a 3-cell dungeon and also the castle, so I guess you could count it as 2. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's more of a animal den than it is a full dungeon, so I'll say 11, 12, 13, 14, possibly 15. I don't know how expansive this one's gonna be. Possibly 16. I'll say definitely 15 because this already has an interior and it's not big, but it's not, you know, one room. So 16 or 15. 16 with these two, 17 Pillar of the Singing Sun, 18 I know with Devil's Den. I don't know about an interior for East Point Dig. And then it doesn't have a map marker, but I know that we wanted to do the Goblin Caves from Elder Scrolls Redguard. And that doesn't have a map marker, but they're like slightly north of Port Hunding. There's like a bridge. I think that's it. Right there. I think that's where that would be. And I don't know about the observatory. The observatory is still sort of under contention as to whether or not we want it to be enterable, how expansive we want it to be. I want to get it as close as possible, but like that's my thing. Right now High Rock is Yeah, there's something crashing to desktop about there must be some sort of script something that is messing stuff up. And I don't know what. That's slightly upsetting. Maybe get rid of engine fixes. I don't know exactly what it's doing. Are they mostly done? The ones on the Caspar, Hearn, and the Chain are at least first passed. The ones on Caspar and Hearn are mostly done. The ones on the Chain are mostly first passed and have their level design, but don't really have enemy spawns yet. High Rock is mostly, I mean, we have the first pass level design, but beyond that, it's mostly in the writing territory. So we're not quite ready to go to implementation.
Murder,
with
banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging.
Not quite ready to go into implementation with anywhere in High Rock yet, but Snowline is coming along, and we're probably going to end up implementing Snowline NPCs fairly soon. I'll just go back to Jehanna real quick. I wonder what that is.
Mike wishes you well.
Give pets and there's no cat. No cat on my computer. Not right now. I wonder if that has anything to do with the sequence file that they regenerated. Maybe the sequence file is screwed up, so all the quests that are trying to start at start game enabled around here, something is messing it up and crashing it to desktop. That is unfortunate. I don't love that. Snowline is a small diddly 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 do. It is over here? There you go. And that is a returning location from Shadowkey. Yeah, going into the Abecean Isles, I seem to be getting crashes to desktop, which is not great. So in Shadowkey, this was like a very small, in fact, I can show you what it was like in Shadowkey. 1 second. I can show you, because of the wonderful Shadowkey map viewer. Shadowkey map viewer, Snowline. So this was Snowline in the Elder Scrolls Shadowkey. It was just these 4 houses near this, like, sort of, we interpreted this as like a frozen over riverbed. So you can see between here and then our game, and this is Lackfan's Stronghold, which we moved to be slightly further away because that would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculously too close together. Doop. And so, yeah, in our game we have a couple more houses after the War of the Bendermach that was featured in Shadowkey. Reach folk mostly took this over, so it's like a Reach folk settlement. And then, yeah, we have the river having thawed and now makes its way around. And in the same way, it kind of encircles it, yeah, just like this. So you get that nice corner, and it's on its own little cliff, just like in Shadowkey. So overall, you know, not too different. Yeah, Shadowkey was pretty impressive for being on the N-Gauge. Like, I would easily say it is the best N-Gauge game that they released. It's not, you know...
Jazargo is ready for more adventure.
That might be damning with faint praise, but, like, it is... I had fun with it when I've played it. Any plans to include vampire clans? Yes. Not really a Dawn Guard, at least not in our current plans, but probably... Actually, no. We were thinking about doing, like, a nightly order that was dedicated to that. As part of that quest thing, because we've been thinking about doing vampires as, like, the joinable, like, evil faction for High Rock. And I think we were going to stick them somewhere around here. And I want it to be very, like, Vampire the Masquerade coded. Like, to the point that I want the final quest to be a vampire ball. And, you know, you would be going through this quest line helping one clan of vampires up until the final quest, where you can actually choose to support that clan or support some of the other clans. So that way it helps us not needing like a quest line for every clan, but you can still support the clan that you want right at the end, and sort of, you know, you can like headcanon yourself as being like an infiltrator for the other clans, if you want to. A vampire ball. Let's see if Shornhelm will crash my game. It has in the past, because there used to be Cyrodiil assets there. No, it doesn't. Hey, okay. So you can see Shornhelm is... I think that's using Shadenhall buildings that are in BS assets. And like no collision right now. Or some very primitive collision. But I like the vibe. The vibe is good. I don't think... There might be some people who wouldn't suggest that I show this, but I'm only going to show a little bit. How do you manage to find these crashes and fix them? Sometimes they can fix themselves as you're bug testing other things. But a lot of time there is, you know, between me and Thingy, we will actually get the crash dumps and, you know, look at the dump readers and see what we can see. Crash logs. Gotta take a good look at your dumps. You know, you really gotta, it's good to take a good hard look at your dumps, especially if they are long and hard. So yeah, between us we'll usually be able to figure what's going on. And I do know, what was it? I do know when we were going into Hamal's house, I wonder if you could, maybe it's just Kespar. Let's see. I know when I wanted to go into Hamal's house, that crash in the last stream was because of an armor piece. That had like some of its... Okay, so it's all of the Abecean Isles, and that one was an immediate crash to desktop. Interesting. It might continue to be, yeah, it might be NIF issues still. Because I know that those have been, a lot of the armors have been, like, had work going on with them. So it might actually not be anything with scripts or anything going on. Which is cool, because then it's not my problem to fix. I will advocate for it getting fixed, but I do not do 3D. That is not my thing. Yeah, exactly. NIFs can be very, very finicky. Let's see, do I have a crash dump loaded up? Did it save one? Oh, I forget. Every time that I do this, that I look for crash dumps and stuff, I have to like reteach myself what I'm doing. These guys can go away, because I am done with them. I am done with all of these NPC files. Go away, please. Go away. Should be in oh, right. Yes, that's right. It's in the documents, like my games. Skyrim. Saves, SKSC. It's the auto saves and everything. Oh yeah, I've got a... There's a cat. He stopped purring. Okay, so maybe I didn't have it set up to... Wait, is it an SKC? Oh, grid. Oh, good! Cronus log, SKC 64 log, and we're looking for one that is 8:30 on the 25th. Phosphor dough log. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's it. Do. Initialized. In-game editor log. Hooks, that's all fine. Loading plugin, Fuzzroad Do, registering that. Yeah, this is all fine, I think. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Yeah, in which case it doesn't look like it saved it. Because these are all from a while ago. It will. Here, you know what? I'll take this boy out. Can I rename you? No. Let me rename you so you don't... Alright, fine. Can I put you over here? Oh no. Because now you're going to screw stuff up. Alright, 1 second. Open you. IB2. Put you over in there. Replace. And we'll let that do its thing. Thankfully, Mod Organizer 2 is pretty fast. Look at this cat head. Look at this head. We just won't be able to go in Hamal's house for, you know, for reasons. Shadow key. And actually, while we're here, I'll load up the CK and actually look at the pirate boss leveled lists that I have been meaning to do. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Merry Christmas. Beer for Christmas. Sure. What do I need to do for quests? I mean, applying scripts to an NPC is, like, I can show you that there's actually none that I need to do right now, which is good. Actually, I say that, but I'm lying. Because there is a hyena thing that I could do. Alright, yeah. Let's let it load. Because the hyena thing that I would want to do is... Could I just add that onto the script fragment that's already there? I think I could. So I might not need to add a new script, but like, it's not that hard. Really it's just getting your head around papyrus that can be kind of annoying. So for this, I'm just gonna do pirate boss, level this. I'm just curious if all the scripts you basically would need are pre-existing in base Skyrim. For the most part, no. There are a lot of good default scripts that are base game Skyrim, but for the most part, no, I just had to learn the language to get stuff to perform the way that I wanted to. And even then, it can be very particular. But what I will say is the Skyrim CK wiki that is maintained by the UESP folks is your best friend. Yeah, this creation kit wiki, absolutely a lifesaver. You just come in here and what is it? Functions, just like all functions. List of papyrus functions. There you go. Just like, yeah, having basically all the baseline functions that you can call, including the SKSE stuff. But obviously for Skyrim or for Beyond Skyrim, I am ignoring a lot of that. Yeah. And then it'll list the function and then what it's a member of, which is basically what you can apply this function to. So, like if you're trying to say, oh, can you fly here? That can only be applied to an actor. So if you end up trying to do that with, like, say you have an object reference that's marked as able to be flying, you can just cast that, like, how to say, you can make a script that says, like, oh, here, I'll put it in the Merry Christmas title. You can put, like, object reference X equals actor as, like, an actor would obviously be your actor that you're trying to do as object reference, and then you can apply the can fly here. Or, what, I did that backwards, but you get it. Like when you need it to be a certain type. And it'll tell you if you're doing something weird and it doesn't understand. But yeah, this page rocks. This page is amazing. And then anything that says game is just like a utility function that you can use pretty much anywhere. Game or utility. Yeah, quite good. So for this one, I just want to go to Pirate Boss and look at, yes, Pirate Boss Curus, whatever. See, chance none 0. I think that is the problem, is just that it's noted to calculate for all items in count. If I did that, then it would just try and spawn everything on them. And then because it's not doing this, it's not spawning any of this, which is why they're all coming out as naked, because it's not catching all the level 1 stuff. So that's our problem. So that's our issue with the pirate boss stuff. Is this correct? Yes, that is correct. One-handed, that is correct. Two-handed, okay, it's literally just that flag, I think, is the actual problem. Melee, calculate for each item in count, I think actually no. So that might be all I need to do for this plugin, actually, just to make this work. And in fact, I'll toss this in our data pirate boss leveled lists. I'll get that up into this system and we'll test that. So then I'm gonna switch to a new plugin. So I'm gonna reload the creation kit, and then I will take a look at my Hyena thing, where I can do some actual scripting and show that off. Yeah, I usually just Google list of papyrus functions and it'll come right up. So here, loading up Iliac Bay again. Yeah, the evidence player chest. It looks like a normal chest to me. Like, there's nothing that seems to be special about it. It must be. Cause like I made a chest that was named the same thing in the in-game name, but the ID wasn't the same and it still didn't work. So it must be tied to that specific ID. Which is obnoxious, because then I don't think so, because it's not just a simple script, it's within, one sec, it's within the faction menu. A crime faction, crime, track crime, yeah, it's all like within here. Yeah, it's all like dealt within this window. So I don't know like where that script is probably baked into the engine somewhere. And yet this doesn't have any of the stuff. Where did I put the actual crime stuff for Caspar and Hearn? Because I know that it's in here somewhere. Crime Faction Jehanna. Huh. Arrest, attack on site, crime faction list. I guess it is actually set. It's just showing it as, hey, do you want to reset this? Because I must have set it up in here. Interesting. Give me that. Give me faction. Off-road house location. Defiler faction. UI. Ute faction. Guard dialogue faction. Yeah, it's gotta be in here. And these are all actually set. So yeah, I don't know like what I would copy. Yeah, I wouldn't want to use that on base Iliac Bay. Like for us, I think it's fine. I think someone like Matthew for Argonia is gonna get real pissed off that they're not able to use a custom chest. Hyena eat fix. No, not east fix, eat fix. So what I want to go to is the quest that determines the hyena stuff. So that's UMO3. Then I'm going into player dialogue. Oh right, the zoom actually doesn't work on this very well. I wish the CK had an easier way to zoom into stuff. I have a really stupid idea that might work. Yeah, fair. You know, I kind of have a stupid idea as well. Because what you could actually do is put that chest, the vanilla chest, underground, and then stick a script on it, like on a knit, just dumps all of the inventory into your custom chest. That might work out fine. Will Port Hunding have a player home? Not super sure yet. Yeah, I think that would work. I think that would work. Can I see what you're carrying? I have a treat for you. This is what I wanted to look at. So right here, I'm actually editing this script, but because I want it all to happen at the end of that dialogue line, I'm editing this fragment here. And then this is just like properties and stuff. So what I want is gift int show gift menu. If gift int is greater than or equal to 1, and here's where I need to like start looking at what sort of functions are available to me to do what I want to do, because basically what I want to figure out is whatever like this is going to show a gift menu that is going to limit the player's options for gifting to Hyena to this form list, which is raw meat specifically. And then I want to be able to take that raw meat and dispose of it, basically, so it seems like he has eaten it, because currently you gift it to him and it's in his inventory and you can just take it back, and that's not what I want. Yeah, honestly, I think that might work fine. I don't know why I didn't think about that before this moment either. Is it worth it to me to do it currently for IB? No, but I think for other projects it's totally worth it. So, language actor value, I need open inventory, remove all inventory filters. So, on change, container, get container forms, on container changed, might be what I'm looking for. If none, the object was dropped. On item added. Event received when an item is inserted into this object's container. That's not bad, actually. Event on item added. This would mean I would have to make a new script to do this, because you can't call events in fragments. I mean, the easiest way to do it is just mod global 1. If gift is greater than or equal to 1, the easiest way to do this is just give me the syntax for remove item, please. Remove item. Nope, that's the console command version. I need this one. Yes, remove item. Form AK item to remove, int 1, bool a be silent. What is that? If true, no message will be printed to the screen. If not, none removed items will be moved to this ref's inventory. Okay, it'll just move them somewhere else, and I don't need that. So, remove exit from the references inventory. Okay. So then it will be hyena.getActorReference, hyena.getActorReference dot remove item form list, please. IB raw animal meat 1. So that's the easiest way to do it. The problem with that is that it's going to be a random piece of meat that it's going to remove. It's not necessarily going to be the one that you just gave him. Do I especially care about that? It might not matter too terribly. Should I get value in 10? So compile, and then this will be BAF2. I don't even know if I really need this as a plugin, to be honest, because this plugin hasn't done anything. Oh, except, let me see. Follower, I need follower race. Actor, character, race. Dog companion race. Are you allow PC dialogue, can't open doors is unchecked. So I do think that is what was stopping our hyena follower from going into doors, is that can't open doors was checked. Alright, so that's actually a very useful thing to do. And what I might just do is combine all of this into the other Hyena Fixes plugin that I have, and then just push that instead of it being its own branch, but like, we'll worry about that in a second. Let's I mean, honestly, do I have... I think I could just bash all of that together. Smash it all together real quick. Hyena script fix. Just SKSE right here, or sorry, whatever this is, SSE added. Hyena pet copy, that was for the name stuff. Hyena script fix, Hyena eat fix. SSE edit is also your best friend if you're implementing stuff, because it's the best way to like undo large swaths of work if you need to do stuff a different way. Dialogue topic. This. Yeah, like this isn't actually different, so I don't need to worry about that, but I can just take the race change and copy as override into Hyena script fix, yes. Save Hyena script fix. And then I will Hyena, get rid of that one. Give me the script fix. 855, so that is correct. And then I need to go to scripts. You have maintenance quest. Why are none of these coming up as modified today? B49. No. B4A. Also no. Where's the script that I just did? Usually you're quite good about this. Date modified. There we go, AF2. Yes, that's the one. AF2. Yes, that's the correct one. Alright, good. Boop. Boop. Okay. Now we get rid of this. Wrap this back up. People are asking about the Crypt of Hearts on the community server. Yeah, it is planned to be quite big. The current thing there is more of a facade. We have had discussions about it maybe connecting to other Bredic crypts. Like a Blackreach thing. Doodly doo doo. What's up? Oh, putting them in a scripts folder. Yeah, I zip all my stuff up into little things like this. As you can see, it has made my my desktop here kind of obnoxious, but whatever. And nope, I wish the scripts were named by the implementer. That would be fun, but nope. It is not how they work. Downloads, Hyena fixes, boom, yes, yes. I don't know if it's gonna let me, like, actually... Oh wait, didn't I just I did just replace it with the pre-hotfix, so actually it should be fine, hopefully. Roy, oh no. Might have to get up in a second. My cat is I think, about to poop in the litter box just there. And he is very bad about not even trying to cover it. Never mind, it's fine. Yes. I have some questions regarding that treasure room and Nephalalargus as well. I would name the script for its function. With fragment scripts, that's not really how you want to do that, because I mean, it's just... Actually, I don't know if the game would respond well to that, because, yeah, fragment scripts are weird. When it is, like, a full standalone script, yes, I generally name it, like, a reasonable name, but the fragment scripts just generate their own names, and they kind of want to stay that way. Beyond, like, some very slight prefixes. Yeah, you keep spawning without weapons. That is another thing that I wanted to look at. Player dot set AV attack damage mult 50. One second, let me turn off the music because it's weird. It's weird having both going at the same time. Okay. Controller, please. Oh my goodness, would you just please? Thank you. Oh, and did you... Nope, alright. Quick save, quick load. Right, because this was pre-hotfix, so the SEQ file wasn't updated. Would you like to come with me? Yes, hooray, come with me. Come with me. Come with me, I know your pathfinding is a little confused. It is slightly confused. Come on, you can do it, buddy. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to... The big issue that we have with that kind of inclusion is that we don't want to give players the ability to get Dragon Souls out of order. So if we do put in... Oh, sorry buddy. If we put in any sort of like interactions with Nephalalargus' corpse, we want some way to ensure that players are not going to get a Dragon Soul until they have completed Dragon Rising. Which for Skakmat, that's fairly easy to do, because they, we can have the thing where Skakmat is Nulfaga's familiar, and so his soul is sort of tied to her. Yeah, it's probably gonna tell me there's enemies nearby. Whatever. But with Nephila Largus, that's a bit weirder of a thing. Well, if you resurrect him and then kill him again, the player will, you know, will assume to be able to get his soul, and that's not what we want. So if we do something with him, it would have to be like very specific. It'd have to be a very specific and limited interaction. What exactly that is? Now, is that impossible? No. But it's something that we would have to think about and would definitely have to be, like, written pretty specifically. And that's not something that I have written yet. Would I like to? Yes, because that is the kind of bullshit that I like writing. Especially if you can speak, basically half in riddles. In the way that dragons do. Hyena friend? Yeah, this was the other issue that I was having, was that these memory stone things. Is that you? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Okay. So now, because you can open doors. What the hell? Huh. Interesting. Huh. Something has gotten stuck with the animation on that door, and now it is stuck in the mid-opening position. Man. Sometimes working with this engine is just like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps back even. Oh, fixed it by waiting an hour? Let's see. Actually, and I can just fast travel back there. No, I cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby. Nifscope is so much fun and so easy. Nope. Oh yeah, you know what? I did still leave hyena meat in the... I should go and take that off the list so that he's not eating. I mean, then again, do hyenas commit cannibalism? They probably do. I have a treat for you. Hyena meat. Exit. Can I see what you're carrying? Nothing. Hooray! We did it. That's how I wanted it to go. That's it. So then, yeah, if you... He has, like, a thing where every time he gets hit, he has a possibility to frenzy. He, like, casts frenzy on itself. So if you give him one of those treats up to, I think, 10 times, after 10 times, he'll stop, frenzying. So he'll be less of a liability if you have, say, other allies or followers, or if you are in a civilized area and happen to get into a bit of a scuffle. Or if you're around any world encounters or anything like that. He will be less likely to just attack anyone willy-nilly. Willy and or nilly. Well, now that you can open doors, can you go into the Temple of Tava, I guess? We can use as the, we can use as the testing ground. Oh yeah, his character dialogue isn't in yet. Is yours? No. Rasad's is? Yeah, Rasad.
Manga foreigner, I am Rasad of Arad, and I tend to the farm. It is a modest plot, but it is ours.
Yeah, AI, but sure.
We have a curious new Dridui. Very well. I'll humor you.
Why do you not have subtitles?
At the moment, no one.
There we go.
Ite Palar passed recently.
Okay, it's just Skyrim being weird.
If you have crops for sale, I will pay. Otherwise, keep your business brief.
So, alright, yay! Yay! You came in with me! Hooray! That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And that memory stone also should have had a pop-up for a scene that happens here. And I don't know why the merge screwed that up. But it did. Well, you know what? Some amount of, Oh no, it's probably just because I have it on speakers instead of on, like, headphones. So my mic might be picking up the laughing, so you might get a double dose of laughing. But yeah, he did come in to the dungeon with me, so that's good. Hanging out. Ooh, who put the long banner here? Nice. I like that. I don't know who's joking, and it's hard to tell sometimes. No, but I might end up voicing our witch mother, because we haven't had any, and, like, I think I'm getting to a decent point with the voice. I'm getting there. I did, like, a audition for people, and a bunch of the people on the team heard it, and we were like, okay, you went a little too hard on the accent, so I'm gonna pull that back a little bit. But I have... Otherwise, I think it's getting to a decent spot. Not you. I mean, this would be who I would be voicing. Which would be nice and convenient, because I actually know all the Yoku, and she says by far the most amount of Yoku of any character. Probably any character that we're ever going to write. Didn't I do... I think I did some of his file cutting, because I seem to remember having these lines in. I think that was the one that Thingy started doing and then was like, I don't love doing this. So maybe I didn't actually fully get through those. Right now I'm doing our femme fatale voice type in terms of file cutting. So I'll finish that off and then I'll go back and make sure that all of his stuff is in. Hyena, why are you not coming in with me? Excuse me. Yeah, hi, hello. Come into the dungeon with me. The dungeon door is broken again. I don't like using any AI personally. I'm just really not a huge fan of the whole thing. I know it can be convenient, but the amount of power and water usage for what you're actually getting, I feel like it's just not worth it. Like, I have any concept ideas for Ghislaine? Not really. And that's, like, one of the things that I have been an advocate for a while of kvetching Ghislaine and just, like, making it a destroyed city in the course of the main quest line. Because also for where we sort of want to have the main antagonist, it makes a lot of sense for Ghislaine to be that. And then also we have 18 cities, so one less is so helpful. But I mean, it's also sort of a thing that Ghislaine doesn't have a whole lot of concepts with it. There's not a whole lot of like lore around it. There's not a whole lot that we have thought up that we want to do for it, so it's like not a hard one to just be like, alright, well this can be main quest bait, essentially. Gets destroyed as part of the main quest, and maybe you rebuild like a small portion of it as an optional side objective during the main quest. Yeah, now both of them are just broken. Wild. Game's having a conniption. Yeah, Tanith we have some concepts of basically in being sort of a similar state to Wayrest, where, you know, it is still in the rebuilding stages from all of its damage. And I actually do want to have a bunch of noble families, like, all trying to blame each other for a lot of that goings on, so that we basically don't have to absolutely concretely answer the Sadia question. Because I don't think we're going to, like, make an answer that's going to be satisfying to everyone, so it's more fun than to just add more gray area onto it. Just be like, oh, actually, she could be the one that they're actually after, and it might not be because of that situation at all. It might be because she is being blamed for this by another noble family in Tanith, because they're all sort of blaming each other and trying to get a leg up on one another and stuff like that. Yeah. What else around here to look at? Oh, speaking of Tanith, there's this like very early block out of it. I don't think I'll go into Tanith, but I'll go to Fort Date Palm Moth. I find exactly the opposite. Every time, like, anytime that I have gone to... Because, of course, when AI first started out, I was like, well, let's see what it can do. And I went, you know, and asked it some creation kit questions, and it was so far off. It basically did not know what the hell it was talking about. So I firmly believe that AI... There's just not enough information out there for AI to understand the creation kit. So it's trying to, like, piece shit together, and it does not work. I don't think I have community shaders in this load order, but I have tested it with community shaders before, and it works fine. I've not tested with ENB, though. Because comparatively, ENB is just kind of a bitch to set up, and I don't feel like it. Oh yeah, that's right. Nuga made these, like, sort of very simple but very effective placeholder, like, sort of placeholders, but really like a first pass of what the walls might look like for Tanith. So yeah, this very like Casbah feel that I like. And then inside right now it's just farmhouses, but I don't know how final that will actually be. But this... There we go. This is our, like, Nile River area that people were asking about some of the biome tests. So yeah, you can see, like, the orange trees and papyrus and stuff, and not orange trees, that would be like persimmons, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't generally test with anything, you know, just vanilla. You can see all the palm trees and all the... Yeah, like, it's not a fully done biome test, and it's been done in, like, bits and pieces over time, but it's getting there. And then, of course, yeah, not all the water is completely in. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't think I've seen this before. That's fun. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, now this is going up towards Skaven. There's a few canyony areas over here. We do not have a replacement for the Canyon of Spidery Death. Perhaps that will come about at some point. Oh, big hole. This is nice. That's a nice waterfall. I like that. And then this is getting up towards Skaven over here. And then that's Skaven. You can see Skaven itself is built around several large canyons, very deep canyons. Be interesting to figure out what kind of content to have down here, if any. Not currently. We just have a lot of other 3D work to do. Elefantes. So, like, reusing the Dwemer stuff is an easy, you know, might as well. And then if we do have the 3D bandwidth later on, we can see about updating it. Elephants and gazelles. Gazelles who can't run away because clipping is collision is turned off. Let's see, what are other people saying on Discord? I'm getting pinged more. Crypt of Hearts. Sure. What is that settlement? What is that settlement? Is it a Bibangora? I think there isn't a Bibangora in, like, map marker. Yep, that is. Is that the one? Yeah. Well, that'll just be in order of the crypt. Unsure? Blades Temple in each province, yeah. What are they even looking at? are you looking at? There's like a little... They're looking for... We're doing GeoGuessr in High Rock. So you got a little island there with like one little temple on it. Is it that? Here, wait, let's go to the actual overhead. Okay, that's that one. Oh, nope. That's the Faren Lighthouse. Yep, that is what that is. That's that right there. There's Faren and there's the lighthouse. Boop. Faren Lighthouse. Woohoo. Yeah, using the same wall pieces that still need retexture. And then I think this is a reuse of the Solitude Lighthouse? Yeah. Yeah, it is late. They are correct. My cutie partner is correct, and it is getting quite late. So I think with that mystery solved, and enough laughing in my ear, I will go ahead and... Yeah, I'll continue to, would I like to? Absolutely. I'll keep being on the Discord and answering questions and stuff. But real quick, I'll go up here. And... Oh no, if it's gonna fetch the origin, it's gonna fetch the hotfix, isn't it? So I might be sitting here for too long. I might do that while I brush my teeth, if that's going to be a little while. Okay, no, we're good. I'll just update the Hyena fixes with the stuff that I just did. Open archive, Hyena fixes. Yeah. Replace all those. Boom, boom. Commit that and push it. There you go. Problems solved. Progress made. Maybe I'll even just toss that pirate leveled list plugin into the plugin drop on the Discord. Cool. Anyway, Merry Christmas, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. And I will see you next time. I will try and do some more streams. I do have, what is it, Battlespire queued up that I haven't started yet in my Steam library. I have, yeah, there, Battlespire. So one of these days I'll get on here and just start playing Battlespire and see. It's like the only Elder Scrolls weirdo game that I haven't played yet. So that might be fun. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Merry Christmas. Merry Crimbo. Oh, let's see here. Oh, there's like no one on Twitch. Screw it then. I'm not gonna raid. Alright, later y'all.